Manny Pacquiao at the age 46 is coming back. And look at this, man. He still got the speed and power and combinations. He will be fighting Mario Barrios next in Warrior in Las
Robert, what do you make of that face-off? You see the height difference is very visible, right?
It's insane, man. Insane. You know, I think it's gonna be a badass card, bro. Can't wait for this card. It's gonna be a great card. Great card. Insane card.
Manny's used to fighting bigger guys his entire career, but this time he's 46.
46, bro.
It's dangerous.
Can't help it, but wish him well, man. You know, he's a great person. Great person, great heart. But it's gonna be a good.
Terence Crawford has officially teamed up with Manny Pacquiao in training camp as the Filipino icon gets ready to face Mario Barrios for the WBC welterweight world title on July 19th. For many fans, this partnership between two of boxing's most respected champions feels like a dream crossover. Two fighters who once could have gone toe-to-toe are now working side by side, exchanging wisdom and sharpening their skills ahead of two massive challenges. Pacquiao is chasing history in what could be the final major bout of his legendary career, while Crawford is making a bold leap to super middleweight to take on pound-for-pound powerhouse Canelo Alvarez. Their paths may be different, but their grind and dedication to the craft are nearly identical.
July 19th, what is going to happen?
July 19th is going to be a good fight between Mario Barrios. It's going to be a lot of action, and I'm sure, guaranteed that the fans will be happy.
Do you think he's ready for this fight, Manny? Because I just saw him out there and he was like, oh. I told him July 19th it's going to be like this times 10. You think so?
Definitely.
All right, take care.
Pacquiao touched down in Los Angeles earlier this month and got to work at the Wild Card Boxing Club with longtime trainer Freddie Roach, the man who's been in his corner since 2001. It's like stepping into a time loop. Pacquiao is back to his roots, hitting mountain sprints at sunrise, cracking mitts in the afternoons, and drawing energy from the young fighters lining the gym just to witness his routine up close.
I mean, at the end it's kill or be killed. You know, I know, you know, like if he has been hurt at any point, you know, he's gonna be the same way. Like I said, you know, it's just my job, you know, just to work on everything. Me and my team have been, you know, training and drilling, you know, these last couple weeks, and you know, finish off these next six, you know, as best as we can, you know, so I could go on there come fight night and you know, still retain the title.
Now Crawford has joined in too. The undefeated Omaha native is deep into his own fight camp, preparing for the high-stakes showdown against Canelo Alvarez on September 13th, a bout that will see him jump 2 full weight classes while Pacquiao aims to reclaim his past glory at 46. Crawford is stepping into the most dangerous test of his career at 37.
From God, and the fire, the determination, eagerness to train hard, to work hard. Even now, I'm enjoying working out hard, like running the mountain, working out in the afternoon, like amazing. You know, not all the fighters has this feelings. You know, this is favor, blessings from God, I believe, and the strength. Can you imagine?
They're both chasing something that feels just out of reach, and perhaps that's what brought them together. They've been exchanging advice, running together, breaking down tape, and absorbing each other's habits. There's a quiet rhythm between them. No egos, just mutual curiosity.
Both are chasing something that feels just out of reach, and maybe that's exactly what brought them together. They've been trading advice, logging miles on runs, studying film, and picking up on each other's habits. There's a calm rhythm between them, no ego, no posturing, just mutual respect and shared curiosity.
Fundora went the first time, so I mean, you know, the card from start to finish, it's gonna be fireworks, but I think no doubt, you know, me and Pacquiao, you know, we're gonna put the seal on it, and yeah, man, it's July 19th. You know, it's gonna be.
Crawford has made it clear He's backing Pacquiao all the way. He thinks people are counting Manny out too soon, and he's not afraid to say it. Mario Barrios is a solid opponent for Pacquiao, Crawford told Sporting News Australia, and at this stage in Manny's career, he sees it as a 50-50 fight. Crawford understands firsthand how tough it is to age in boxing, the slight drop in reflexes, the extra toll every training session takes, but he also knows what makes Pacquiao dangerous, a veteran who's rediscovered his urgency and still holds that burning hunger that separates the greats from the rest.
Manny Pacquiao getting back in the ring again for a world title fight.
Well, obviously, it definitely has to do with money. One. Two, I think Manny Pacquiao, I think his C game is a lot better than anybody, a lot of guys' A game, even with the age. But you have to take into account the last time he stepped foot in that ring against Ugas. You know, he didn't look good. He was outmatched by, a fighter, a younger fighter. Barrios is no slouch.
Barrios is 16 years younger with fresher legs, a longer reach, and consistent activity, while Pacquiao's been away from pro competition since his decision loss to Denis Ugas back in 2021. Since then, Pacquiao's only stepped into the ring for 2 exhibitions, one against DKU and another against Rukia Anpo. But neither answered the real question: how much does the legend have left in the tank? But Pacquiao's not trying to explain himself. He's going all in, training like it's 2008, pushing past what anyone would expect from a nearly 50-year-old fighter.
When you saw the boxing, like,
Speed is still there. Woo!
This reminds him of the Margarito or De La Hoya fights, Pacquiao told Fox Sports Australia, thinking back to matchups where he overcame height and reach disadvantages. He said he's not taking Barrios lightly. He knows the size gap, and that means he has to prepare like he used to, with the same speed, same power, same stamina, everything like before. Nothing about Pacquiao's attitude suggests this is a farewell tour. He's not just showing up. He's coming to win, to grab another world title and break the very record he set in 2019 when he beat Keith Thurman at age 40 to win the WBA welterweight championship.
Is there a part of you that feels like he's perfectly suited for you, though, as a fighter, to win?
I think I'm faster than him. My movement, my speed is still there. Nothing lost with the speed. I can also develop it. So somebody knows that during the training.
For Crawford, this isn't just support, it's smart preparation by full immersion. Pacquiao's never faced Canelo directly, but he's been in with fighters cut from the same cloth. He understands how elite Mexican fighters apply pressure, rip to the body, and disguise their attacks with feints and stance switches. When asked about Crawford's shot at beating Canelo, Pacquiao didn't flinch. He said, focus on speed. The speed, the style, and the strength. Simple advice, but from Pacquiao it carries weight. That same mix of quickness and deception built his legacy. Crawford's already a master of timing and adaptation, but now he's learning how to turn movement into a weapon with non-stop pressure and purpose.
Mario Barrios, he gotta have the heart to do what Jake Paul was not willing to do. Jake Paul showed Mike Tyson way too much mercy. He had that old man standing in front of him, and he should have knocked his head off. Barrios got to go in there and just retire Pacquiao. Sometimes these old guys, they need the sport to retire them. And out of respect and out of love, Mario Barrios need to go in there and knock his head off, point blank, period. He's too old, and what fans don't understand is these legends, these pros, always going to look good on the path.
Pacquiao's camp has quietly embraced Crawford's presence with a sense of pride. Freddie Roach watches the chemistry build and can't help but smile for Roach, who once believed a Pacquiao versus Crawford clash was inevitable. It's almost surreal to see them working shoulder to shoulder, but it also makes perfect sense. Ideas fly back and forth freely. No one's holding back when it comes to the technicals. Crawford wants to understand how Pacquiao kept that explosion late into grueling fights, while Pacquiao is studying how Crawford bends angles and sees shots that don't even exist until he throws them. It's mutual respect, two champions on different tracks but sharing pieces of a puzzle they've both spent years trying to solve.
Yeah, it's surprising. Obviously, I know Manny very well. You know, he's a true competitor. He's a guy that if you put something in his head, and obviously to create more history, he's a guy that's going to give everything and try his best. That's what Manny, one thing I always learned with Manny is give 110% and try your best no matter what. So yeah, he's going to give it his all. again, you can't go Father Time, but Father Time is hard, and it was very hard watching him fight.
And they both understand the weight of what lies ahead for Crawford. This fight against Canelo is the kind that stamps a legacy. It's everything for my legacy and career. He said, I'm ready. Anybody can get clipped. Anybody can get put down. There's no bravado in his tone, just laser focus. He's not walking in looking for a knockout, but he's absolutely not afraid of delivering one. Either he's studying, he's leveling up, and while he watches Pacquiao attack those California hills before dawn, there's something deeper he's absorbing. It's more than training, it's watching a man go all in again, not because he needs to, but because that competitive fire hasn't gone out.
Being a kid from San Antonio, did you ever think you'd be fighting a legend like Manny Pacquiao?
Oh, never. Never. Like, I mean, right, like those are fights you think about in your head as like a dream scenario. But yeah, no, it's crazy. Yeah, like being a brown kid from San Antonio, now, now facing like Manny Pacquiao, defending my title, it's huge.
And when Pacquiao talks about legacy, you can feel the spark still burning. He says the fire and the drive to grind is still there. I still enjoy running the mountains. He says not every fighter gets to feel this way. It's a blessing. I've been through so many wars, and I'm still standing. I'm back. And it feels like that same hunger that carried him from the streets of General Santos City to the biggest stages in the world. But now it's not about chasing records. It's about finishing the right way on his own terms. He talks about how much it would mean to become a world champion again, not for the belts, but to give the fans one more moment, one more shock before he steps away.
Oh, you're 30, he's 46, hasn't fought in 4 years. Like, in your mind, how do you see the fight going? How are you going to beat Manny, or what do you see yourself doing to him?
Yeah, I just had to use, all of that, like the, as busy as I've been in my career, the attributes I have, the skill set I have, the youth is on my side. So it's my job just to go in there, use all of that again, just make sure, I still walk out holding that.
And he's not taking Mario Barrios lightly either. I'm the challenger, he says, so I have to dig deeper, push harder, and put myself through more pain in training to win this fight. That's the goal, because Barrios isn't coming to hand over that WBC belt. He's coming to prove he belongs. This is a guy who gave Gervonta Tank Davis a real test before moving up, and now he's laser focused on proving that his win over Yugas wasn't a fluke. The WBC title is the biggest thing he's ever held, and he's going to do everything to keep it. This isn't just another fight for either of them, it's everything.
It's 100% disrespectful. This is a clown fight. This is a more clown fight than the Jake Paul and Mike Tyson. This is an outrage. People should be up in arms about this fight. This is so disrespectful. Barrios lose this fight, he should quit boxing. You let Manny Pacquiao, an old dude who stopped boxing, and then you're his first fight back? You are disrespectful.
Still, there's a different kind of energy around Pacquiao right now. Maybe it's how intensely he's training. Maybe it's how genuinely happy he looks in the gym, even when he's drenched in sweat. Or maybe it's the presence of Terence Crawford, another elite fighter who understands that greatness isn't something you keep by default. You have to earn it again every single time you lace up the gloves.
You're looking in tremendous shape. You're ready to fight Barrios tonight and make history, Manny.
Manny, you excited to step into the ring again? What do you think of Barrios? He's a big, strong, he's young, he's 30. You have 16 years on him, Manny.
Even though Manny Pacquiao has shrugged off all concerns about the size difference between him and Mario Barrios, those concerns have only gotten louder. The moment the two stood face to face at their first promotional event, the gap in size was undeniable. Barrios, standing 6 feet tall, absolutely towered over the 5 feet 5 inches Pacquiao. It was a visual shock, so stark that even seasoned boxing fans were shaken. The clip went viral, and the comment sections lit up with worry, not hype. Doubt spread fast, especially for the 46-year-old Filipino legend. It wasn't just the height that caught people off guard, it was the total physical mismatch. The frame, the reach, the youth, the power. Everything tilted toward Barrios. One viewer didn't hold back. This has to be a health risk. Barrios is younger, fresher, and far too big for Manny Pacquiao. Another said, "Aren't any of you nervous for Pac? I'm seriously worried this legend might get hurt. Look at the size difference, it's insane." And it wasn't trolls saying this. These were longtime Pacquiao supporters, fans who've followed him from Morales to Marquez to Thurman. One even commented, "This looks worse than I imagined." It literally looks like a fighter standing next to their manager. Pac looks so old and tiny.
You can't teach speed, you can't teach power. It's God, from God, that's it. People can work on speed their whole life, they're not going to be fast.
These reactions speak volumes about the emotional fog surrounding Pacquiao's comeback. There's admiration for his courage, but also deep anxiety that this fight doesn't need to happen. One fan summed it up simply, "Okay, Pacquiao wants to fight, but why not choose someone closer to his size? This feels unnecessary at his age." Still, not everyone is convinced that size will determine the outcome. Another fan argued, size won't matter. Barrios outpoints Pacquiao even if they were the same size. And I say that as a die-hard Pac-Man fan. That kind of conflicted loyalty, rooting for your hero but fearing for him, is exactly what defines the atmosphere heading into this fight.
Manny Pacquiao automatically gets to come out of retirement and fight Mario Barrios for his WBC. Because Manny Pacquiao is going to show up and do his job. Manny Pacquiao thinks about the fans before he thinks about this fight. The business side of boxing, what they're promoting, what they're selling, they know it's going to be 100% guaranteed of entertainment through Manny Pacquiao. Manny Pacquiao can outsell.
Pacquiao has stayed active with a few exhibition bouts, including one last year where he looked noticeably slower against Japanese kickboxer Rukia Anpo. That performance raised eyebrows, and those concerns haven't gone away. If anything, they've only grown louder. And yet, the WBC hasn't just sanctioned this fight. They've ranked Pacquiao as the number 5 welterweight contender. That alone shocked many in the boxing world, considering he's been out of the real game for years. Still, Manny Pacquiao is moving forward.
It's surprising. Obviously, I know Manny very well. You know, he's a true competitor. He's a guy that if you put something in his head, and obviously to create more history, he's a guy that's going to give everything and try his best. That's what Manny. One thing I always learned with Manny is give 110% and try your best no matter what. So yeah, he's going to give it his all. Again, you can't be Father Time, but Father Time is hard, and it was very hard watching him fight.
Pacquiao insists he's passed every medical test and physically, he's exactly where he needs to be. "I always stay in shape," he said. "But once I started seriously training again, I realized I still had the passion and the ability." He added that his doctor gave him a clean bill of health. "My medicals came back great. I feel good. I'm ready to do it again." And Freddie Roach, his legendary trainer, is back in the corner with him, hoping to bring back that vintage Pacquiao speed and pressure. Whether that old gear still exists, only the fight will tell. In a recent conversation with boxing reporter Sean Zittel, Pacquiao revealed that the 4-year layoff gave his body the kind of rest it hadn't had since he was a kid.
Are you cool with Pacquiao against Mario Barrios?
I am. I'm cool with it. If I was cool with Manny Pacquiao coming back and fighting Keith Thurman, I'm definitely going to be cool with this one. Barrios is not a puncher. Thurman was one of the biggest punchers in boxing. I think he's going to be just fine with Mario Barrios, who we know what he is on the top level. He comes up short. He's been stopped by fighters that are less than Manny Pacquiao, Tank Davis. So I like this fight. I think he's not going to be an over.
That 4-year break was good for my body, Pacquiao said. "I've been in boxing since I was 12 years old, non-stop. So it was time. Now I'm back, and I feel that same excitement again. The same drive. The same training energy. Everything." That statement cuts to the heart of his motivation. He's not returning because he needs to, he's returning because he still wants to. One thing that adds more context to this comeback is his last pro fight, a loss to Yadenis Ugas in 2020. Pacquiao later revealed he was mentally distracted, dealing with behind-the-scenes issues tied to a former management company. That chaos, he says, is behind him. This time, he's more focused, more in control, and more mentally clear.
Ashamed of themselves for sanctioning Manny Pacquiao and Mario Barrios, bro. This is what's wrong. This is one of the things that's wrong with the sport, bro. Straight up, like, This is beneath any sport that's supposed to be professional that wants itself to be taken serious. Manny Pacquiao fighting for a world championship should be beneath boxing, bro. Absolute garbage. Y'all let me know what y'all think, man. I seen it on BoxingScene.com, man. It's talking about I'm back. Back for what?
Amir Khan, a former Pacquiao sparring partner and someone who's also shared the ring with Barrios, weighed in on the matchup. It's a fantastic fight for Mario, Khan told Sky Sports. He needs that big name and fighting a legend like Pacquiao? Who says no to that? He'll be paid well, and he deserves this opportunity. Khan clearly sees the upside for Barrios, but he didn't ignore the risk for Pacquiao. I don't know how much Manny has left, he admitted. If they were both in their prime, I'd say Manny all day. But now, this could be a tricky fight. He's been out of the ring for a long time. Does he still have that fire in his belly?
Yeah, 46. Thank you. The WBC title at 147. Thank you.
I wish him all the best.
Cuadra, I love him. Can you do it? Cuadra?
Can he do it? Absolutely.
It's a Mexican rock. Cuadra. Oscar
he's a legend, you know.
So nice one. Thank you.
He's a legend. I think he can do it. Absolutely. I mean, it's not going to be easy, but I think he can do it. Yeah.
For Khan, the smarter move for Pacquiao would have been to fight someone closer to his own age. Maybe even Khan himself, who's also retired. This could be a risky one, he concluded, echoing what many boxing insiders quietly believe. This fight might be a step too far. But that's the thing. Pacquiao has never been wired like the average fighter. His entire career has been built on proving people wrong. From dismantling much bigger men like Antonio Margarito to outpointing younger champions like Keith Thurman, he's made a legacy of flipping the odds upside down. And now, even with age, size, and momentum all pointing to Barrios, Manny remains undeterred. He's not just fighting for a belt, he's fighting for purpose. For that deep, personal belief that he still belongs on boxing's biggest stage. Whether that belief survives against a taller, sharper, more active opponent remains to be seen. But one thing's for sure, Pacquiao is all in. What do you think of the matchup? Drop your thoughts in the comments and don't forget to subscribe for more.